Snyper 6 by derenrich. Alright, I got my super scope. I've got this. We are ready to play. Alright. Let's read some text. Welcome to Snyper 6. This level checks that your setup is correct. Are you using a CRT? Yes. Yes, I am. This hack works on emulators, too. Have you played Yoshi Safari? No. I have not. Do you know what Supa Sonkupu Sunkukopu means in English? I do not, either. You might be able to guess the gimmick of this level. It's having to play with one hand while you hold the super scope to your face. No. There we go. Surprise. Sniper 4. Oh, Roman numerals were never my forte. Okay. You can get past this. Did you try to figure it out? If you give up, check the door. You know, it'd be easier to see... Oh, no, that's fine. If the puff wasn't the same color as the background frequently. You played this early submission, and boy, was this something. I am looking forward to it then. I'm going to put the the super scope down so I can go read the message. Hope you have a super scope, which I do, aka Nintendo scope. I prefer the Roto scope. God, they're so red on that screen. It's so weird playing with a CRT. Haven't done this in... When was the last time I played with a CRT? I mean, on stream, probably Sonic and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles. But... There we go. You can shoot sprites in the Mario with the Super Scope in this Mario fan game. Alright. Well, we've read all the text, we can now go about the level. And yes, you can shoot all the sprites. I love how the message boxes are sprites. I also have to aim a little bit to the left of the things I want to hit, because the block alignment I don't think does like center to center. But it works well enough. And it's surprisingly well calibrated, despite the fact that I didn't calibrate it yet. There we go. Alright, put the bazooka down. Today I did not forget my bazooka at home. If your scope needs calibration, push pause and cursor while aiming at the screen center, or use SNES 9X. Alright, well, that was a short level. I like a good short level. It was a lot of setup for very little to go. Was that seriously it? Oh. Auto run enabled. Gun jumps, gun shoots. Okay. Okay. So I use the aiming property to keep Mario alive. Got it. You know, honestly, I thought I needed to shoot the gall tape. So I thought I'd messed up, but apparently not. Nope. Yes, and yes, your shot is directly at the cursor and mess up to you had to calibrate. Huh. Go figure. I'm actually a little bit surprised to hear that. He's trying to shoot, he just didn't want to go. If only the pause button did something. Does pause do anything? No. So the Super Scope actually has 3 buttons. As far as I can tell, every game only really uses one of them. Why'd I do that? Only really uses one of them, which is the shoot button, which is bizarrely near my right hand instead of down at the bottom. Down at the bottom has a button, which is cursor, which probably does something in Yoshi's Safari, but I don't know about any of the other games. Though the more I think about it, the more I think Fire should have implemented Super Scope support into his level. You know, the one that was Myst. I would love to be playing Myst with a Super Scope. I do not think that's a bad idea in the slightest. Okay, I think I just jump here, just jump early. Nope, that's not it. Why scope and not mouse? Because I'm actually playing with the dang Super Scope. I have the big old piece of plastic. Oh, why scope not mouse? Because I think it'd be funny. Mouse would have been more appropriate in all honesty. Hey, I found a bug. Really wish this wouldn't pop up every single time. I press it, it does nothing. This is not my favorite peripheral of all time. Like, you can't really dual wield this thing. You really have to dedicate yourself to it. You can't just, like, hold it in one hand and be like Dirty Harry. No, I'm not sure why they thought bazookas were the future in the 90s, though. Like, why? Like, I had an army guy who had a bazooka, but, like, it was an army guy, you know? I pushed that button so many times, and it decided, no, I'm just not going to register. But I would say this is not the most fun peripheral of all time to use. Maybe I do need to calibrate it. Let's calibrate it. That's roughly the center of the screen, I think. Wait. I was wondering if I could pause buffer. Yeah, I think that's actually marginally better. Do I have any games? I have Super Scope 6 that came in the box. I played the Tetris thing for a couple minutes and realized I don't really care for it. I did see the, what is it? Demo? No. The, like, promo video for the new Tetris effect, and that does, in fact, look really cool. Surprised it took them so long to make a new one. But I only have 2 things to do. We'll see if this one takes all night. I know doing 50 with MSU1 won't. Yep, new Tetris effect. Absolute Eye. The big new gimmick is there's a freeze thing where sections below will freeze and will thaw. Have VR... Are you thinking of the same Tetris? Like, that's not the... I think that's the PS4, PS5 Tetris. That had the virtual thing. This is like an arcade game. I think they'll probably port it to the Switch, too. Did I say Tetris Effect? Dang it, I meant Grandmaster, sorry. Absolute Eye is definitely the subtitle. Got distracted because the dang Super Scope is being pissy. My bad on forgetting Tetris types. I don't know why that's not clearable by the dang Super Scope button. Like, that would make this part a lot more pleasant to not have to take a hand off the Super Scope. Hey, look, there's Floody Munchers. I just noticed them. But yeah, it looked cool. Had a bunch of other weird modes, like use giant Tetris pieces and stuff. Like, they talked about every single mode. It's like, and this is the person who ranks this difficulty. And it's like the executive producer does. I don't know why it won't go. Like, I get right there. It's like, nah, Pat, just not gonna go for it. Like, see? Oh, this thing's unpleasant to use. I think in the future, I would much rather play something that uses the zapper. Like, I'm aiming for the first one, and it's not giving it to me. Like, the input's just not there, and I don't know why. What color am I aiming at? Hard to say. The zapper is also very cool. It's true. Now, one of my favorite things to do if I go to a arcade that happens to have an Area 51 machine, if you hit the your allies in the intro section 3 times, the game gives you... There we go. Finally get to see more of the level. Oh, god damn it. Tetris Effect in VR was really fun, though. It looked fun. I never played it. I never did any VR stuff, really. Anyway, no, Area 51. If you... If you shoot at your allies, it assumes you're an alien, and you play in alien mode where the colors are completely fucked up. Like, quite literally, just scramble the color lookup tables they're using. And it's legitimately hilarious. And, like, people will think the game is broken. It's the same not in VR, just a fun way to play it. I mean, you're completely immersed in Tetris. Like you're inside of some sort of Tetris sphere. I think it's the green. I don't think it likes the green. Because really, I just want to get him to jump. That green works. There's a Tetris sphere. That was the joke. Turns out Tetris sphere is not, in fact, on a sphere. It's a different type of toroid. When Snyder told Fistbit this, Fistbit was actually quite distraught. Had that game in arcade in a nearby time. It's not there, unfortunately. Yeah. The first time I got to do that was actually at a game show, arcade and pinball show, and I did it because I thought it was funny. And Billy goes, "Oh, it's broken. I'll get it fixed." My husband knows exactly what to do, and I'm like, "No, this is a real game mode." Okay, I gotta shoot the one on top. And I'm like, no, this is a real game mode, and showed it to her, and she was like, "Oh, that's cool. I never knew that." Got to show it to my husband. He's playing Crazy Taxi, to which I said, "Have they got Crazy Taxi here?" Because let's be honest, if there's Crazy Taxi, I am interested. Not in VR Crazy Taxi, mind you, but regular Crazy Taxi. Do love me some Crazy Taxi. Spent more time at MagFest than I care to admit playing Crazy Taxi. Also watched a dude play like a 30-minute long game, like legitimately impressed. There is some sort of trick where like if you slam between reverse and drive, you get like a pseudo gear change thing. Or at least that looked like what he was doing, but I could never reproduce it, and I didn't spend much time trying to find it on the internet. I don't know why, but it will not let me make a jump there. Everywhere else is okay, but right there, not so much. I'm going to try to keep my reticule the center of the screen while doing that part, and then bring it down to shoot the Goombas. So I have to get both of the ladder Goombas. Like, it's a cool concept, don't get me wrong. Highly suspect they didn't test this using an actual super scope, because this one was annoying to get. Ah, close. They're not easy to find, and they're not cheap. And they frequently come in, like, multiple parts. Like, you get the sensor from one dude, you get the scope, it may or may not have the precision bit on it, which you kind of need. Things like that. Whereas I imagine if I were to play this with a mouse, this would be fairly easy. Because at least the mouse would register consistently. And more precisely, to be honest. He said he shot right below the Goomba. That's it. Those greens are dead zones. The dark green is an absolute dead zone. Okay, things make sense now. Yeah. At least I think that's it. It'd be less annoying if I didn't have to test it with a fish, but you know. Nope, that worked. Can't explain it. It's existing pixel, I think. Anyway. But yeah, this is not my favorite of setups. Really. I'm really surprised that the button doesn't work on that too. Yeah, I'm trying to jump early, and that's a bad idea, maybe. Settings are knobs? You think this is a good, like, old-school CRT? No, this is the crappy one that was in the spare bedroom at my dad's house until I went by there 4 years ago and was like, I'll take that off your hands. And he's like, oh yeah, we were going to take it to Goodwill anyway. Like, it's not bad by any means. It looks okay. It has a decent picture. Check out the Tetris Forever documentary, waiting for a sale. Oh, nice. Yeah, I had fun watching the world record Tetris video. God, what was that, like 6 months ago? Maybe more. Like, all of the weird input text stuff. With the room's lighting. That's not a bad idea. Turn off one light in the hope that it would help. I'm trying to figure out what's causing this, and I think maybe aiming a little bit too low. Can I use turbo? Is that a thing here? Well, I think I'll be using turbo now. So there's a switch on here that's kind of your, I mean, it's a turbo button switch, effectively. This seems like a better way to go, because the odds are better that I'll actually get the jumps. And once he's in the air, I can at least get like 3 or 4 shots off. Doesn't mean I should do that every time, as we're learning quickly. But it is really fun. There's a note in the manual saying that the game has to support the turbo button mode, which I guess an awful lot of them didn't, because why would they? See, that's better. I got 2 out of 3. That's not bad. Just need to get the other one. But yeah, it's kind of odd to have implemented the turbo mode in in the hardware itself, as opposed to leaving it to software. It's like, yeah, they're holding down the button. Oh. Does not make a lot of sense. Like, if they were doing back compat stuff, it makes sense, but like, they made the Super Scope. Hate that Goomba. I just want to get out of this room so I don't have to cancel that message every single time. I got the one below it. It's also fun when the music restarts every time. Oh, right. I need to not do that. At least it's not that port of I'm blue. I like that part, where I can see the cutoff. It's my favorite part so far. Just so much fun to use use the turbo. I really shouldn't, given how long it takes to do everything. Yeah, this thing takes 6 double A's, and heavily encourages you to not leave the double A's in there. That was weird. I managed to delay the spawn of one of them. Ugh. At least with turbo, I am more consistently jumping. Doesn't mean I'm more consistently getting the kills I want, but I'm more consistently jumping, if nothing else. What device encourages you to leave its batteries in? Laptops, even if they have removable batteries. Pagers. Certain types of old mobile phones. I don't actually know too many that want you to. Smoke detectors. Smoke detectors really want you to leave the battery in. Ask me how I know. Because they get really pissy when you don't leave the battery in. Your mom. You gotta leave the batteries in there. Vaguely remember watching this movie about this kid who was, like, his dad was gonna marry an alien of some sort. Oh, I got through. High path. I didn't get the moon. No, I didn't get the moon! How do you know? You never heard the chirp? When you have a smoke detector that's running low on battery, or no battery, it starts chirping at you just every 5-10 minutes. Chirp. And it's absolutely infuriating. I do not know how people live with that kind of thing. Like, I once visited a guy, and he's like, oh yeah, it's been doing that for a bit. And I'm like, dude, it's annoying as all hell. Do you even know which smoke detector? He's like, no. I tracked it down and got him a 9-volt. I was that annoyed. Like, they are awful. Last time I had one fail, I was drastically hungover and was like, I do not want to deal with this problem. Just bad timing. How does it make a noise of battery lows? I think it has a tiny extra battery. Or it runs off capacitors or something in the meantime. I couldn't tell you. There is fissionable material in there. Maybe some sort of useful magic's happening. Most of your was figuring out which one it is since you only hear the chirp every 5 minutes. Yeah, I wish it would like blink a light. I did have one actually yell at me once, which was bizarre. I would just sit in the living room like, this smoke detector is no longer working. You need to get a new one. And I'm like, okay. Like literally just a booming voice. I was just shocked. Like, you know, called up the super and said, hey, yeah, seriously, that's how I felt. You don't expect you expect the smart detector to start chirping at you. You don't expect it to start yelling at you. That one did. I don't know if all of them do. I mean, I'd have to look to see if on the packaging it says yells at you when it stops working. It only did it once too, so if I wasn't home, I wouldn't have noticed. Like I wouldn't have bought my business for the rest of the day. No, I was not drunk that day. Also from an episode off of... What? I don't know which one, what thing that is. It's like How I Met Your Mother, but that's definitely not that letter. Connect your smoke detector to your phone, have a message every 5 minutes. Well, here's the thing. The smoke detectors, at least here, are also hooked up to mains power. So that's how they know, that's how they can do that kind of thing when they're running low. It took me a minute to think about that. I don't like that obstacle. Like, the precision required on this is a little bit beyond what this device is going to provide consistently. Oh. And I thought this would only take 20 minutes, and I really have not gotten out of the first section. Required precision is greater than available precision. Worst comes to worst, if I find this to be so intolerable, I do have an emulator set up for 50 because MSU1 was not cooperating. What I think is the case is on an older SD to SNESes, it doesn't actually allow you to run MSU1 and SA1 at the same time for the same ROM. Probably some missing amount implementation or not enough LUT space or whatever, because it was already pretty dicey getting MS or whatchamacallit in there. Oh, you can jump over it. Oh. Whoops. I was trying to kill him. Even with turbo, it's not always consistent. But yeah, I just don't think my older SA and ES can do it. I tried on Squiggles, not this specific one, but another combo MSU1 data file and audio file thing, and it wasn't having it. Older firmware, in fact, would read back garbage, which I think is worse, and it was clearly garbage. Tried out the Kaizo Beats to Run to on his card to see if it would run. Or on his SD to SNES. He has the SD to SNES Pro, which is a different version, but not FX Pack Pro. There's a fair number of revisions at this point. Oh, what's up, Jordan? How you doing? I am trying to jump and my shoulder is getting sore from this plastic object on me. Wouldn't surprise me though if in the future, like, every single smoke detector was on the Internet of Things To be fair, I'm still having fun with that. It's gonna be fun finding out who made all these things. Because I'm so close to the end now. Like, once I write the final couple of things down and do some editing, I can finally look into who made which things. Where I'm usually jumping. That's true, it does. I mean, for the most part, it goes where I want it to. When I'm sweeping, it's just a matter of, like, a combination of its scrolling and other such things. And then sometimes it just doesn't jump. Like, I swear that little bush there causes some sort of problems. We're gonna dip the controller down, or dip the thing down a bit. It's old. No, that's too tall. Could use the mountain background. I definitely agree on that. Like, it's weird choosing the cloud background and having your, you know, your thing be the poofs. They're not as easy to see. This is getting a bit old, though. Like, I was hoping to just have to solve some more puzzles like the first section, but the auto-scroller thing just is kind of a drag. Why is this the only background? Couldn't tell ya. What level it appears in? Oh, I don't know off the top of my head. I feel like it's used fairly often. Maybe somewhere in the Chocolate Mountain region. Or Chocolate area. It's one of those things that I've stopped paying attention to in Vanilla Mario, is like all of this stuff. Because usually when it comes to chat hacks, people have already messed it up anyway, so it's not exactly important. Appears in one level where the gold tape is, as far as you remember. Huh. I'm pretty sure that the Super Scope ASM is probably a... It's probably a bonus ASM. What's up, Groovy Gadget? How you doing? Apparently, enough poofs that I can cause weird spawning things. Oh, then you found it. Here's what you found. It didn't go off. You didn't fire, did you? Take you back to flight school. See how you like flying a desk. Yeah, the detection's a bit flaky. Good, you can play Earthbound around. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm currently stuck in weird plastic toy purgatory. Because I'm using a real Super Scope. And I have regrets about using a real Super Scope. It's a little bit flaky in terms of collision detection, or in terms of detecting things. Lunar magic is a form of sympathetic magic when practitioners work their witchcraft and spellwork in concordance with natural phases of the moon. Practitioners of lunar magic take on changing phases of the moon and describe them properties and assist different intentions or spells or rituals. Oh, Wiccans. Aren't they hilarious? Didn't mean to jump. Alright. Okay, that works sometimes. Ooh, got the moon! Well, that was further than ever been. And I got the moon! That's the most important part of any Mario level, is getting the moon. Balls. Oh my god. See, it's working! Kind of. Downside. If you keep jumping, you run into random objects. But I do like the kill 'em all strategy. You just start doing get your Rambo on, it's like, ah! You're screaming at the screen and shooting your gun impotently into the forest. Almost worked. Okay. I'm getting marginally better, I think. Or I'm recognizing the limitations of this device. One or the other. This vaguely reminded me, there was a Wiccan band I found once on mp3.com. Enjoyed some of their stuff way back in high school. Doubt they're still at it. So, precision, I got the one in between the two. Accuracy, I didn't get the one I needed. Obstacles so annoying. Just keep thinking about eats, shoots, and leaves. Does me wonder if Author Blue's immediately turned on Turbo too. So I know that he also is using this plastic device. That is patented, by the way. It's highly patented, with patents you should respect because they all are from the 1990s. And as we know, patents from the 1990s are still enforceable. Has he actually streamed this? Yes. My understanding is Author Blues streamed this and used the Super Scope. I think only me and him are the ones who have bothered going to that level of dedication. I think, one, he already owned one, so it wasn't that bad for him. But in my case, it was a pain to get here and working. And I imagine he actually used a CRT as his normal setup, just because, like, why wouldn't he? Except he was going to play Monkey Island or something. Why'd I do that? I hate auto-scrollers so much, because there's nothing you can do to actually speed it up. You just have to do it, over and over. Like, I really wish this little section with the message box was like a small tutorial section. No dice. It was like a small tutorial section, so I don't have to push the bloody button every single time I start the level. And the button's not even on the gun. Like, that's just a really annoying thing. And of course, it's still probably a lot easier if I were to go to SNES Dynex, because then again, I could use the mouse. The mouse has a lot less jank as an input device, period. You know, it's just, mice are relatively good precision pointing devices. That's why they invented them. Some dude at Xerox PARC said, I want to point at things on the screen. I'm going to just go and invent the mouse. And then he did. It was probably Douglas Engelbart, if I had to put a name to it. Put the controller underneath my foot. Ugh. That didn't touch my foot. It's probably fine, but meh. It's just a small annoyance. Like the fact that I can't jump there consistently. It's annoying because, like, you have these two really hard obstacles. And then it gets much easier for a while. The other two, but not the one I want. Sort of gesturing at where I want things to die. Like, I jump early because I think otherwise I'm going to die when I don't jump. And I just need to, like, lift up the super scope so I'm pointing towards the sky. Also, my ear is starting to hurt. I've died to each of those. That's kind of cool. Also, if nothing else, the Yoshi looks a lot cuter when auto-running than Mario does. Just need to calm down. Nope. Like my cheesy strategy, there's just not that much time to work with it. Yay, we can play the rest of the level! Kind of. Any control? Yeah, I can do that. Alright, we're gonna do that for one turn. Yoshi does not, in fact, want to do this. Aim for the third or fourth. It's not a bad idea. Like, I'm not turning off turbo because that's the only way I've gotten past the Goombas remotely consistently. Like that. The worst part is the first one doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter if you get the first one. It only matters if you get the second and third ones. Really, the third one's the one that matters most, but the second one consistently just manages to butt in. Well, I might hit one of them. The problem is that they're scrolling at a pretty dang fast speed compared to everything else. How's it going? Oh, my shoulder's getting kind of sore. Otherwise, good. How you doing, Jamie? I'm using an actual super scope as my shaking it seems to indicate. It's not the best thing I've ever used as a peripheral, I'm going to be honest. It's pretty unwieldy, and it's sometimes flaky. And I can't use my controller extension cable for it. And, yeah, it's about that. I did change my whole setup just for this one level. So I have a CRT on a table in the middle of my living room as I look on an OBS over there. And we're trying. I like the concept of the level, but it's definitely the case that, like, dude who made this didn't test this with the Super Scope. And, of course, who would? Owning a Super Scope is already a bit weird. My 10 feet? My living room's not even 10 feet across. I would say I'm at best about 5. It seemed to mention the biggest issue with it being that way is, like, you couldn't get full range on the screen. But since, like, everything I care about is pretty much in the center, it doesn't matter quite as much, I hope. Resetting up my living room for this one issue would suck. No, I'm not looking at OBS to aim. I just haven't. I have the projector on so I can see OBS. I needed to turn on the stream to begin with, and since it's on, it's staying on. It's like I try aiming at the projector, but I don't think it's gonna do anything. I mean, the problem is you got to put the box above your TV, and I just don't have any way of attaching that box to that ceiling up there, and it's reasonable. Even assuming it would work. But yeah, I hauled in the CRT. I saved this particular CRT from Goodwill because my father was going to get rid of it. He didn't really need it, and I happened to be visiting and had my car. So I hauled it from Alabama to California and then to Seattle. And I don't use it that often. I don't need to. Very few things require CRT specifically unless you're like wanting to check CRT art or dimness. I will say, interesting thing, the SD to SNES. Oh. So when you leave it alone on the menu long enough, it dims. On the projector, it's imperceptible. And on the capture, it's also pretty dang dark. On the CRT, it is not. It is fairly bright. Just something I never noticed before. Really wish this didn't take so long to get back to the one spot. I'm debating giving myself a power-up just because I'm so sick of that one spot. And the thing that comes after it. Been working on something horrendous? Does it involve the Super Scope? If not, I know how to make it worse. No? Hope you can dodge? Oh boy. I will be curious to see what this is at some time later in the future. You know, I honestly think that I would like this level a lot more if jumping and shooting were independent. Like, if I got to use the cursor button or something for the shooting, or for the jumping, instead of just this button. I think I would like this a lot more. Because then I could have fun shooting things during the auto-scrolling sections. As opposed to being mad that it's not working because I can't jump at the right time. Your hack got accepted? Congratulations! It reminds me, I still need to moderate that other hack. I've put aside some time on Saturday for that, assuming I get my laundry done. Or possibly Friday, in case the Fries doesn't want, or cannot, in fact, watch any Baldur's Gate. It's tool assisted? Oh wow, yeah, those usually take a while to get moderated just because we don't have that many people who are into tool assisted stuff. Like we have like maybe 3 tool assisted mods. Yeah, and yes, XHT0X is one of them. Switch my schedule around. Alright. I will message you after the stream with a possible time, but the usual-ish sort of time. Dang it. Enjoyed it quite a bit. Oh, nice! Yeah, tasking stuff is just a different world in a lot of ways than normal Mario stuff. So task people who make them, people who play them. Different classes. Alright, I need a short break off my neck. But yeah, I think that if I had a different button... Now with DST, you're missing by an hour. Don't you guys do DST up there? I thought you guys did, or just at a different time of the year. You're still in the same hemisphere. I don't know why right there. It just hates working right there. Delayed. Few weeks. Why? Why? Well, I guess it actually is not that bad, all things considered. You know, it's about the same in all honesty. What's up, Daizo? How you doing? Let me give you the shake of I am playing on the Super Scope. Welcome in, Innes. Those are batteries rattling around. All 6 double A's. What is my initial theory? You did see the Super Scope on Blue Sky? Nice. At least the feet are always on the screen. It's true. They're actually just not that bad, because again, it's the white background. If it was a busier background, this would be a problem, but as it stands, yeah, this is fine. I got one of them. Could have made these so much better. Ah, it's fine. It served its purpose. For the one silly gimmick initially, and then forever existing in the system. What am I doing? I forgot. Just removed Mario. I mean, that's what I needed. That was the gimmick. It was, make Mario invisible while Mario was behind the curtains in the randomizer thing. Oh, what? You can actually make that jump? I'm actually shocked that I made that jump. Like, that doesn't happen. Like, usually I need to kill one of the Goombas, but if there's a way to do it with a single jump, then maybe I should be rethinking my plans. No. Did I about my setup? He asked if Mario could be placed by Psyduck. Any good sprite artists? It's fairly visible. It's definitely brighter than the white of the clouds on the CRT. I'd say it's more noticeable in OBS. Psyduck. That would be pretty cool. Psyduck. I have to say, like, there's a few evolutions that exist in Pokemon that I find highly disappointing. And Psyduck into Golduck is one of them. You got, like, this rubber duck-looking thing, and then suddenly it turns into, like, a horrifying monster. It is, in fact, true that Jamie is a sprite artist. There's a few. And Jamie is one of them. What am I doing? I'm beginning to debate how much time I want to spend looping through this one part, because I assume there's more than one bit to this. I was really hoping I might be able to get through that. Don't make art, you make experiences. What if those experiences contain art? You know, that might be what I'd do if I ever made a QLDC level. I have my legitimate QLDC idea that I will not spoil here because it'd be funny if and when it comes around. And then there's the other dumb ones. I try to make Yoshi visits the James Turrell installation. There's spin jumping. The thing is, I just don't know how long this section is. And given that I miss the Goombas a good chunk of the time, it's not helping. I may turn on cheats just to see what's ahead, but then it's an auto runner, so maybe that's not a good idea. Of course it's the middle one. Okay, also, you cannot choose the height. Okay, that worked. That might be the strat. A midway! Oh, I guess I can stop bitching now, I suppose. I was so close so many times. What is this? That's a bullshit midway. That's nowhere near the midway part. That's bullshit. bullshit! Who does that? I was so excited, like, oh, I'm gonna get the start of that new part, I'm gonna have new experiences. No, it's the same damn thing. Just I'm forced to take the route I didn't like the last time. Oh, I will say one nice thing. I no longer need to use the controller. So I guess that's nice. On Death and Rebirth. It's still a checkpoint, it's true. I'm not complaining. I don't have to go through the Goombas. I mean, I am complaining. But I don't have to go through that Goomba section again. I hated that Goomba section. It's like, it's a midway, but it tried. This also means I'm willing to bet that the bar isn't there again, so I cannot be embiggened. Yep. Okay, bullets, bullets. Brave jump. That's it? I feel like they just kind of gave up there. That was the end? Yeah. Huh? What? I'm gonna assume... Well, actually, no. I'm gonna assume we're still super scoping. If I can get rid of the Mario Arms before they get rid of me, I can win this. But I need to do it at least one-handed. I mean, I think this is just vanilla. I just think this is like Butter Bridge or something. Right, I need to run. Alright, cool, I did it. Oh. And now I'm just playing... Nope, there's more! Is this part of the level? There's no way... Okay, wait, this is actually a unique level. Kind of. No! Buttons! Chapter 1 of Enna Dream Barbecue came out yesterday. It's good, highly recommended. Didn't play, got distracted. Isn't that like a weird YouTube series with like very flat shading, and that's all I know about it, I think? Like, the problem is I can't platform and shoot at the same time, because holding the Super Scope takes a full hand. Also, apparently I can't really run. Oh, maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. No, you really can't. So, like, is this a real level for this? Get squiggles back. You know, in all honesty, I do think I would have had more fun with that kind of concept here. Like, if one player is doing the Super Scope and the other one isn't, but I didn't know about this, and honestly, I spent 50 minutes in the other area. Please don't tell me I didn't kill the platform. Okay, cool. God. Like, I'm trying to determine if this is actually part of the level or just some random post-game shit post. Stay on, son. Can I pause and shoot? Oh, that's the calibration thing. So no, I don't think you can. Like, pause. Wait, how did I even do this? Ow. Yeah, no dice. I think I messed up my calibration when doing that. I can pause and pick back up my weapon of choice. But, like, I'm legitimately confounded as to whether or not this is part of the level. Or not, because this is clearly just like Butter Bridge missing a set of tracks. Yeah, I'm not for this. 19. I want a cape. Yes, capes. I want a second cape. You've seen the end screen and this is not it. Okay, well, good to know. This is one of those, if I was playing on an emulator, this would not be as terrifying. But as it stands, I don't think I want to deal with 7 Hamari orbs. Okay, this button, this button, this button. No, it's too late. What's up, Olga? We are super scoping. Oh. Okay. How am I going to do this? Okay, pause so I can pick it back up. They're probably not true Hamari orbs, but... Right, that's why we don't do that. Reskinned Phantos? That's still awful. Nobody likes Phanto. Phanto's kind of a dick. Okay. Alright. A small amount of playing, only with the left hand. I really need to be careful not to destroy the platform. Okay. Yes. No. Alright, that's enough of that silliness. I'm not dealing with multiple Phantos. My inability to shoot the Super Scope with one hand while playing with the other. We're just going to enjoy the orbs and their hilarious movements as we always cape our way through this. Yeah, the white background is not a good choice. I'm not sure why they went with that, and that is a problem, because like that's how you can calibrate your shots, by seeing the poofs, and the poofs are also white. They're viewable, but they're not easy to see. At least we can take some pot shots now that our Yoshi is safe. Did I turn this off by accident? That's not a good sign. This is still the same level. But now with Hammer Brothers. You shoot the game is paused with the Super controller, not the Super, and not that button? Gotcha. Well, the thing is, the pause button doesn't work. So, like, if I press pause on here, it doesn't do anything. Okay, good. The Super Scope is working again. Also, hi, Memory Lane. How you doing? Don't think they accounted for this pipe actually working. Nope, definitely not. Whatever. I am fine with that. That section was very shitposty. Oh, dangerously so. If I couldn't destroy the platform I was sitting on, to beat this level, you will need the Voicer-kun. Voicer-kun, sometimes erroneously called Voice-kun from Koei, is an infrared transmitter receiver for the Super Famicom that connects the second controller port. The IO receiver transmitter is used for controlling audio CD players and is able to learn IO signals from different CD manufacturers. Well, I didn't know about that, but that is kind of cool, I guess. Once you have put a copy of Angel Voice in a Sony CDP X7 ESD or compatible. Why did I take off there? What? I don't have a Voicer-kun. I was hoping one of those things would work. It has a key in it. Okay, now we know what to do. Looks like it's from an entirely different entry. It kind of does. But at least we're back to funny shitpostery, as opposed to annoying shitpostery. I'm gonna try to recalibrate. That's... You know what? I probably need to turn it off turbo to calibrate. It's such a weird system. No, it's always gonna seem to be down and to the left from where down from the right where I want it. I don't think the dang thing does it. I don't think it actually calibrates. I think it always just does the same thing. We just shoot it down to the right from where I want it. But oh well. Love how they somehow have Wikipedia as a background. No, it's not that hard to do. It's just pictures. Bad ending! Oh. Oh, I missed the moon. Well, that sucks. I wanted the good ending. Did he know I cheated? Is that how I get the bad ending? I think that said GG and I looked away at the wrong time. N-O-R-E. Nor. Oh. Couldn't get the Voicer-kun to work? Oh well, you get the bad ending. Thank you so much for playing my game. Alright. Ah! Great, now it doesn't do anything. What's up, Overflow? I don't know. I do know the thing stopped working. Oh, wait, there it went. Now it's way off. Come on. Oh, I see the problem. It does not like... It doesn't like shooting at the black. The only possible things to shoot are on the black background. Feeling not sick? Nice. Text at the start says something about mashing, also the cursor button. What? At the beginning of the game? Doesn't sound right to me. I could walk it inward. Yeah, that's about as much as I can hit because it does not like the black levels. Guess we kill him. Does it put me back in the bad ending? Got the moon at least. Missed the star last time. This is GG. N-O-R-E. Nor. Why does it say nor? Any advice? Because I don't know what to do here. He said the cursor button, but okay, we'll try the cursor button. Pause. Don't think we can kill ourselves to get out of this situation. Is this the ending then, or is there a different way to get a differenter ending? Like, as a general rule, like, if anyone's actually played this or seen this. Oh, mouse, pause, and cursor. I need to kill myself because I killed the keyhole, but... You can do your own goal thing. I mean, I can. Because we'll see what happens if we keyhole timer our way out of here. Because I'm already confused. This looks like a level. Is that... That might just be the ending. Like, how would you even do the Voicer-kun thing? Like, admittedly, credit where credit's due. It is kind of funny to say, okay, you need to use this weird piece of technology. And then here, have fun using another weirder piece of technology. Now, admittedly, if it was plug in one of those wacky controllers with all the numbers, or the modem, I have those things. Not that the modem would do any good. But I do have the wacky controller with all the numbers. So it's actually possible. Whereas, recorder Voice-kun, maybe not so much. But I guess we'll poke around a second, Lunar Magic, and take a look, see if I missed anything. Seems like the thing to do. Do I have multi-tap? I do not. Fiskit kept harassing me to get one. He's probably right to... I probably should at some point. Yoshi on a Yoshi. But it is kind of funny, you know, especially in light of the SNES mouse levels. Batting seems to be the only thing you can get. I'm assuming you looked that up in Lunar Magic then? Wait, where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. Yeah, no moons for me. Oh! Alright, well, assuming that's the ending. And that's just going to continue to loop us through random numbers of levels. This is Morton's Castle, isn't it? Of course it is. Well, there we go. You know what? I think since we're here, and we have the Super Scope, we need to defeat Morton in style. It's the only thing left to do, I think. I forgot I didn't spin jump there. Shooting Morton in the... Will he work? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Look, I put way too much time, effort, and money into this to stop early with the Super Scope. Like, compared to pretty much everything else, I spent more than 2 hours trying to get this thing hooked up. I had to call game stores. I had to talk to people on the phone. I owe Swiggles money for this thing, because he went up to the middle of nowhere and not me. That's what your subscription money went? In fact, yes! A long time ago, I said I would spend subscription money on exactly 2 things. Improving the stream and beer. So far, I have managed to live up to those expectations. This, of course, actually assumes I keep track of anything like that, but, you know. But I can assure you I've spent money on stream things and beer. So. Alright, let's see. Well, that wasn't what I was expecting to happen. Alright, apparently he's really good at being shot. I have no idea why he did any of that, but it was pretty awesome, in all honesty. But, yeah, I think that's where we leave off on that one. Because my shoulder's starting to hurt from using this thing. Let me take the batteries out. Long story short, I think there's a reason why, unlike the Zapper, the Super Scope did not get, like, massive amounts of different games. Like, this thing's just kind of... It doesn't really feel good to use. I'm an adult, and this thing got heavy after a while. Yeah, it was a nothing personal, kid kind of moment. What's up, Steven? Like, it just doesn't seem like it was as good of an idea. The Zapper, I think, is just way more fun to play with, especially because you can one-hand the thing. You can two-hand the things if you feel that way. But this, I mean, there were other games. I mean, Super Scope, assuming you don't count 6 on the Super Scope 6, didn't get that many. There should be a few minutes after the entry. Take a pic. Yeah, sure, I can do that. Let me put this down. All right. Sweet. As for this level, honestly, I think if I'd played it with a mouse and gamepad, I think I would have been happier, just because of the jank I kept experiencing with shooting darker colors. I think the Super Sub just doesn't like that. So, and that's not something that matters when you're playing it. What is this? Oh, it's the no cache thing. Oh, I'll get rid of that. But yeah, ultimately it's one of those cases where, one, I imagine the hacker just didn't expect anyone to use the real hardware. And it probably just plays a lot better if you use S8 and S9X. That I think is important to the actual experience here. Do I want to play it again? No. But like that Homari Orb section, I definitely would have given a legitimate try to, well, rebadged Phanto section. Would have given a legitimate try to if I didn't have to worry about shooting things that I didn't want to get shot. So I think that's what I have to say about that. I think it's a fine concept, just the implementation is just not there for this particular usage, and nor was it expected to be. And also, I need to type a bunch of words. I forgot about that. Let me type some words, which are more or less probably what I'm going to be saying here.